did the short intro tonight because I realized we were late to go on. And welcome to the Sunday Night Hang. I'm Ben. I'm hanging right here on Sunday, live. The show and the day of the week, and they align like stars or astrology, astronomy, both, neither. I don't know. So it's a community hang, and being members of the community, we've got a few joining us this evening, and we've got a bunch in the chat, and we're going to talk all about this stuff. And we've got Charles 75N, co-host of Guitar Safari, along with Presley California Customs, who's also in the chat there, and we've got newly retired and now full-time member of the community, William Bologna, joining us this evening. He announced, he goes, "This is the week." He said it on the face space, and I went, booking. Yeah, you think you're done work. And then, of course, we have from the West Coast, which is the best coast. Oh, he's on the East Coast of the West Coast. Because you look at the map, and that's how that works. My good buddy Hit Metalworks. Good to see you, my friend.
And good to see you. The East Coast of the West Island.
Exactly.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast. Geography. Anywho, wow, we've already got 45 people in the chat. I noticed, Charles, if you wait and go late by start 2 minutes late, bam, like 40 people in right like that. So I don't recommend doing it every week, but every once in a while, there we are. Let's see, who do we have in here? We've got Doug Santinello. Wow, got that name right out of the bat. Perfect. Dana, New Jersey. Alex Radford, young Mr. Radford. We've got Lee Elbarge, Brother Bent Tom, who managed to spend a whole week out of the hospital. Speaking of hospitals, do I have a story for you?
Thanks, Ryan.
We got the belated birthday boy, Mad Raj, RJ, the Mad One in the chat. We've got Michael B. live, not on Memorex, but live. Paul McNary and 14 of the cats. Yep. We got Zach Thong, Dave Chase, who I'm pretty sure sat through most of the Water Buffalo meeting naked. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I wasn't going to say it during the Buffalo meeting, but I'll say it now. Man, I'm pretty sure the man was naked.
That was
fucking believable in the chat. Who just snagged himself a new guitar, went in for a pedal, bought a guitar. Went in for a pedal.
Right.
Yep. Kid Shred, Joe Hervey 84. I like this. I haven't even had to scroll yet. Just people all just there. John DeShane is here. Hip is not here all of a sudden. That's fine. He'll be back. Ryan Hall is here. Yeah, he was naked. I knew it. Joe Alba. Good to see you. Who else we got here? Now I'm scrolling. Paul Daskell. Almost said Draskell, but there's no R there. Paul Daskell. Good to see you. Good to see you. Zach Pack. We got all the Zachs. All the Zachs. All Dave, all night. Speaking of alls. Ben Allmark. See, alls and Bens. That was not me on drums. That was my buddy Rex, who, Charles, I don't know if you noticed, I used that as the outro on last Sunday's show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And RJ was like, "Who was that?" I like it. I'm like, Rex. RJ approved. Let's see here. Lawrence Cash out of Alaska. Good to see you. Seth Presley, California Customs. Michael Krause. Let's see here. Symmetry is here. Paul P-Man Howland. Awesome. Wayne McConnell. Coffee and weed, anyone? It's time. It is. Eddie Fay knows what we're talking about. Fruitcake Tony, he knows what we're talking about as well. Mickey Settlemeyer, he's got a good idea. Cushman, I think he kind of implies it right there. I'm just saying. There's a bunch of people talking to each other prior to the show starting. I don't know. Is there anybody in there that we didn't catch on?
Yeah, you missed Riff.
Riff. Okay. McCollum Music in here as well, early. I'm 11 minutes back in the chat right now. I'm going back in time. Tim Thomas, Richard Nagamitsu.
And Ryan Hall just entered the chat as well.
All the emojis Hall. Ryan, all the emojis Hall. Which, I love it. Ryan emailed me the other day. He actually signed the bottom. Ryan, all the emojis Hall. I'm like, yes.
Nice.
Thank you. 'Cause that just made my day.
You know, some guy at YouTube is working through the night trying to create a new emoji for him.
Yep. And also, 49 of you in here, and we'll see if here. Actually, I'll copy it so I can hit it again later. I wanted to mention I got breaking news. Not really, but sort of. Blackjack Guitar. Those of you that are on the LPD newsletter mailing list will know that there's a sale going on this weekend of 20% off, site-wide, I believe. What I'm saying is, a fella snagged on the coupon code, Charles. And
Oh, did you know?
so we can let, the viewers, if you will. And so if you're watching this on replay, I hope you're just watching. Sorry, Lucas and Martin. Unless they get insomnia, they can't use the coupon code. Because it's only valid until 11:59 Pacific tonight.
Oh, and how much? What are the details on the coupon code, Ben?
The coupon code is, and it's about to go into the chat here, Friday Flash 072023, which gains you 20% off at lpdpedals.com. Use it. BC Rich 581, I'm looking at you. Still debating pulling the trigger for the 56 Tweed pedal. Well, the 55, which has been a cornerstone of my pedal board for quite a while, now is the time. Now is the time.
Be right back again.
I see that. Yeah.
If I'm inattentive, I'm shopping.
Don't ask me about the guitar. I've been playing it all day. Oh, yeah. The proud owner of a new Lester Pulphus standard in iced tea with a considerable amount of flamage. Can a fella? I don't know. I just want to make sure. Does it? Okay, it doesn't. Okay, we can do that. Hang on. We have ways to do this. Present. That's what I'm looking for. See, this is why I need a producer. So
This is true.
All right, so then we go here, and then we share it, and then we get to yes, that's it right there.
Oh,
that's
Right?
that is nice.
That is really nice, is what I'm
that
saying.
the 60s? Because he's got
Did you
She's
notice
neck.
how? Did
Yeah,
you
because-
notice how the lower it gets from the tailpiece, the better matched it is?
I know. And the mirror top knobs,
yeah,
and the
that's
flamage that's mirrored, and a nice dark board, and a nice case. And yeah, and I want that. And he has it, and he's been playing it all day.
I could send you his telly and you could trade.
And he's going to name it
hostage.
Flaming McFlame Face. Thank you, Eddie. Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah,
I
everyone
really
should have a
see-
Les Paul shaped object, I believe. A single cut, if you will. All right. Third time's the charm.
Apparently, yeah. Guess it doesn't like my virtual background.
all those amps must have been tripping all his breakers.
Yeah. Mark?
Must have been.
I'd hate to see the extension cords and power strips behind those.
Oh, hell, you should see the hydro bill.
Yeah, the disc is-
So we've got Mark Taff and Joe Hervey in the chat as well, Ben.
that's a wild bunch right there. That's a lot. I'm just saying. Hanging out with Mark this week. Let's see. Both single cut styles are required for all food groups to be represented. Yeah. Well, the other single cut being a Telecaster, right?
Which is the best single cut, I'm just saying.
It's a coin toss for me, Charles. It really is, as much as I do love Tellys because they do a thing, Les Pauls do a thing too, and I put a lot of miles on both style guitars over the years. Hello, McRocker Vlogs, McRocker.
Hey, an Explorer should be considered a single cut, right?
No, that's a multiple cut. It's like
It's
all
an
the
everything
angles.
cut.
It's several I was going to say, is it all the
All the
cuts?
cuts.
No, I think the Warlock you're working on, Charles, is all the cuts.
Yeah. The closer I get to actually putting fabric on that, the more worried I get.
Always better you than me.
Yeah.
What's up, Mark's gas station?
Well, Benny, it goes back to the thing we talked about. We all have our preferences, right?
Yep.
And I have a really nice Epiphone Traditional Pro 3. And I've got a pure SAC 245, both Lester Pulses shaped, right? And they're both beautiful guitars, and they both play beautifully.
And I forgot you own both of them.
And yeah, exactly, because one of the things is I don't reach for them. It's not, when I go think of what I want to pick up and play, they're not it. And that's just it for me, right? And and I think it's different for everybody. But
yeah. Presley says that's why I make an LT, a less telly body with 2 humbuckers. That was my number one for a number of years, was dual humbucker telly with coil tap, or coil split. I don't know. And it was quieter and twangier. That's all I know. I don't know what the coil split versus the coil tap or coil removal, or I don't know. What's up, 6-string Stanger? Good to see you, my friend. So you had a video out earlier today. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Check it out, folks. Yes, Michael Krause. Charles is fabric topping a Warlock.
oh yeah,
Yes. Why not, Charles? Why not just do a juice cleanse and flog yourself daily?
it might be easier. Well, they'll get to come along for the cursing, I guess.
Josh Tamberg's here. It's back to being late. Hey, but at least you're live. How much longer is he going to be able to catch us live when he's going to be over in Germany in the not too distant future? And I don't mean that just because he's 6 hours. He'll be 6 hours ahead of me, which is the not too distant future.
Thank you, Black Jack. Thank you. You said, don't fear the rapper.
Right. And yes, Mark, we did have a good time hanging out the other night. Tom says I may be a little bit of a Pete Thorne fanboy. Well, those who may doubt that he is a fanboy, watch Pete Thorne's second ever appearance on this channel. I think I got 3 words in the first half hour Pete was on.
Yeah.
And then after the show ended, Tom looked at me and he said, I didn't go to fanboy, did I? I went, oh, you went full fanboy. But it was good. It was entertaining.
And Ben, I don't know if you caught it, but Martian Murray has joined the chat.
I see that. Not Martin Murray. Martian Murray.
I did it once. Let it go. Move on.
Come on. You're doing so well on your bloody show. Did I mention he's got a show now, folks? Soon to have a theme song if I ever get into the studio. Well, if I settle on... First, I got to settle on the song. And then, get in... Which the studio is in use for like 2 weeks straight. So, to the point where I'm supposed to set up 2 guitars for Jason, the owner.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't get the guitars because he's using them every day in the studio. I was like, but you wanted them set up and gone over. Oh, hello. Apparently have a guest star. Super chat from Doug. Thank you, Doug. Is Charles 75M building fabric tops to sell?
That would be a yes. It would be a yes. If you're interested at all, just grab the email off my channel and we work together. You pick your fabric and we figure out the details. Because it's your custom guitar.
Yes. Oh, right. You were put together in the fall. Wow. There's can a fella slide a pick?
She getting down there?
That's pretty low.
Yeah, that's a 1 mil pick, and it might just yeah. So yeah, Charles builds them so you can set them up super fast and low.
Shred machines.
Yeah. Oh, you did not like that? Well, Cat's leaving now. It's like, well, if you're gonna play.
Yeah, that is still a sweet looking top, though.
Yep.
That is cool.
Yep.
It was, when Ben picked that fabric, I was like, I don't know. And then I put it on, and it was just like, it does a thing, and it does a really nice thing.
Yeah, I really need to rip this all apart and redo it. Get it perfect. It's close. It can be better because I'm just realizing I got the action all the way jacked up.
Unbelievable! You are too kind, my friend.
If this bridge was a vehicle, it'd be a Chevy half-ton, jacked up, 3-inch lift, and driving around 4 low.
Eddie Faye, yes, I did do that for Ben.
That's right. I'm fucking believable. Says, meh, it's a Beretta someone sent you. Which we should mention, yes, Unfucking Believable is the origin story of this.
The Patreon.
Well, the man likes seeing me suffer at the workbench. And so he thought, let's send Ben a guitar completely disassembled for him to put together again. But before the body gets there, he will send it off to Charles, who was new to this whole fabric wrapping thing at the time. He's a wily veteran now, folks. Because we're talking all the way to last year. All the way. Way back in 2022, if you will. I believe it actually came up in late 2021, the original idea. All right, my niece hurt says he's late. He was cutting wood for the speaker cab. All right, you're going the 212. Black because I learned how to solder with a gun. I swear I used to know how to solder. I was telling everybody that last Sunday. Who I took 4 years of electronics with. I'm like, remember when I used to know how to solder? Yes. I'm like, can't now. Richard Nagamitsu asked, Charles, are there preferential types of fabric, silk, cotton, polyester, etc., that you, let's say, you prefer?
The cotton ones that have cotton in them seems to work best. So cotton poly blends work really well. 100% cotton works pretty well. Silk is going to be a whole lot more difficult to deal with, just because it's a much more delicate fabric. But the thing that people don't think about is you really need to think about your colors, right? Because a white is going to turn into an off-white once you start putting your sanding sealer and your clear over it.
It has a heavily smoked in room look to it after the glue interacts, I found. Marshall Murray, I get that. He says I burnt myself too much to learn to solder. Sure.
Should try welding.
Right. I used to know how to do that. Yeah. But old enough that I learned with an acetylene torch. I don't think I ever learned to MIG weld, which seemed much easier.
It is.
In a sense.
That time I did get a haircut, and thank you.
He also is recently showered because he was working out in the garage until an hour or so ago. And I said, a fella's coming on the show tonight, right? And he went, what? Come on. You step in the shower, put on a fresh Star Wars shirt, and all's good. Oh, you went to this one talking about.
I was completely covered in black and poly dust, so.
What's up, Ronnie?
And
Graphite and cigars. Or what did you call them, Charles? Graphtech and guitars or something?
I call them graphite and guitars. All throughout the whole show, over and over and over again, and I felt so bad because he's so nice and he's been so supportive. I was like, and I can't even get your name right.
Right. Yep. This is true. Great to see you, Ronnie. So, yeah, I was going to tell you, I told you off air, Charles, I had a story for you, and we got 66 people watching. So,
Story time.
I don't know if everyone knows that. Oh, yeah, I forgot I got the window open to try to get some warmth down here. So, for those who don't know, I'm not a fan of hospitals. Like, I really feel uncomfortable in hospitals. So, when I go to visit my dad, I try to get a full hour because I got to pay for an hour of parking at a time anyway. So I try to get the full hour's worth. But it's not easy. So, Pedal to the Metal Guitars, proud channel sponsor. So yesterday was Dad's birthday. And so, as such, swinging by to hang out around lunchtime. Thank you, Joe. And yeah. So I was like, all right. And I was grabbing some stuff because we're moving them this week. And so it's getting to be about, 55 minutes. And I'm getting really antsy. So I need to leave. So I grab his laptop computer and his walker that I'm taking with me. Next thing you know, there's alarms. Something's going on. And like people are closing all the doors that are normally open because all the rooms doors are normally open and then they're closed. So I'm like, what the deuce, So me being, I just head towards the elevators. So I hear code red. I don't know what code red. I know code blue because I watched TV shows back in the day. And I know that's not a good thing. Ironically enough, I saw a list of all the codes later. We got codes for stuff hip that I'm like, what? We have a code for that? Like, oh, okay, whatever. So, and I will pass along all the birthday wishes I see, folks. So I go to leave, and it turns out code red is a fire code. And apparently, comes over the PA, yeah, there's like a fire near the elevator on the 4th floor. I'm like, well, that can't be good. I'm like, can I take the stairs? They're like, sir, you have a big bag with laptop and a walker. You're going to have a hard time going down the stairs. I'm like, I'm going to have a harder time staying in this hallway. So I need to leave. Like, you can't. Fine. So then we hear, oh, it's all clear. Like, all right. Hit the elevator button. Nothing's happening. Then comes over and thinks, nope, it's not all clear. I'm like, well, what is going on? I'm not smelling any vapors of the smoking variety, and more people gather around, and then we hear like other people like, yeah, we were visiting, I was visiting mom in room blah blah blah, and we were looking at the window. We saw the fire trucks leave, so there's no fire. All right, so we gotta wait for the code to clear. Fortunately, I was chatting with our brother Tom here in the chat. He's like, hey, do you know anybody going to the Philly Guitar Show? I'm like, no, I'm trapped in a hospital. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know what's going on. So Tom kept me somewhat occupied. Because over an hour later, over an hour, Charles, over an hour.
How long was it?
Over an hour. I want to say an hour and 12 minutes. Possibly an hour and 12. To the point where, because the head nurse kept saying, look, you guys can't take the stairs. There's a big fine from the fire department for taking the stairs. And so I got to the point where I said, I don't mean to be impolite, but how much is this fine? Because, if it's $100, I'm paying it so I can leave. I don't care. You don't fine me. I don't care. And so I heard her at one point, she's like, can we get an update? Because there's going to be a riot up here soon. And I'm like, hey, I don't mean to be a squeaky wheel, but I'm not having a good situation here. So over an hour later, finally, the regular elevators weren't working. So like, oh, just take the staff elevators. Apparently fucking we're working the whole time.
I was always under the impression that
So do you have to pay for that extra hour?
was a no-no.
So much parking.
Oh yes. So instead of paying $4 for parking, I paid $10 for parking because it was 2.5 hours.
No, that's wrong.
And I was making a joke. I'm like, this is all just a scam to charge us all for extra parking. I know it. And everyone's kind of laughing about it. And so, yeah, and of course, yesterday was the one time I left the house without having some form of portable lifestyle choice apparatus. Similar to what I may have been carrying around a Cosmo, Billy. That's what I'm saying. Left it at home. Yes, exactly. And so I'm just like, I really need to get. And of course, the hospital is kitty corner across town from where I live. So, yeah, suck balls is what I'm saying. What's up, Bo?
Hey, Bo's here.
Hey,
Well,
I just got the
greetings.
link. What's up, everyone?
How you doing?
Well, hello there, Bo.
Come on.
I don't know about you guys, but I want to see that FB Alex Leifs and Les Paul.
The new one.
I'd like to see that.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Ask and ye shall receive.
The funny thing about that is, Ken, like he's showing it off at the Zoom meeting, right? And then afterwards, the video comes up from
That was
Epiphone, and it's
probably
only a day earlier.
That was probably the
Well,
first guitar he showed up, too.
Oops,
Oh,
wrong button. There we go.
Wrong button.
Yeah,
There
man.
you go.
I did the opposite of what I wanted to do.
I'd love to check one of those out. And I'm not really a Les Paul guy. I played a couple and
Yeah.
never really jived with them.
It's
I did not, Mark.
But that looks cool.
when
That is
American
sweet.
Musical Supply told me about this. I told them they could just send it when it comes in, and they did.
I only have one complaint about it.
What's that?
It's only bound on the top.
on the
It's
back.
only
yeah,
bound on the top.
Yeah, it's bound like a standard. It's because it's a hybrid between a standard and a custom in that
Yeah.
respect. But yet it gets block inlays.
Well,
But it's
a nice
absolutely
guitar.
beautiful.
It's okay.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Now, has it got like the 5-ply binding like a custom or is it
Boner
single
jams?
ply?
It's got 5 plies.
Nice.
Basil says, I ate 2.5 pounds of cherries. I feel like I'm going to throw up. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, that'd be a mess.
That's a lifestyle choice you're going to regret.
It is.
Great to see Boner Jams in here. So I sneak in earlier.
And you got
And
all day,
throwback
all night.
to
as
Ryan.
well.
The
And
Buddy
Al.
Boner Jams. Cheers, dude.
And you have Basil Tiffany. Yeah. No, you read that one. That's right.
What's up, Max Josephson?
So who's here? Everybody?
Oh, we got all kinds of folks. 66 folks in the chat, apparently. Wow. That's good. Does it have a piezo pickup in it as well, Bo?
It's got the Pro Buckers. Pro Bucker pickups.
But it doesn't have the piezo under the bridge, which is, yeah, because the original Gibson Access had the piezo under the bridge as well. That's why somebody was asking that.
It's got Grover tuners.
They are nice.
It's got the little belly cut here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's probably why they didn't buy in the back.
Maybe.
Yeah. Usually, if there's ever a belly cut involved, that's usually why they don't do it.
And I found out it's got a push-pull. They're all push-pull.
Yes. Modern, they call it the modern wiring. So you got the out of phase and the coil tap, coil split. I don't know. Coil modifications.
So I don't know how it sounds yet. I didn't really plug it in yet.
Hey, Bo, Richard has a really good question in the chat. Are they the Birchbucker pickups or the Pro Buckers?
Pro Bucker.
They're the Pro Bucker.
Epiphone ones, yep.
ProBucker 3 in the bridge. I'm trying to remember because I watched the video.
The next.
What's up, River Docs? Good to
Hey,
see you, my
River
friend. Speaking of River Docs, that's a channel everybody needs to check out. Charles, you have you know how to throw links to channels and chats.
I will certainly do that. Give me a second, and I'll get there.
I appreciate that. I think there's a Jerry Cantrell Epiphone over at the Long McQuaid. I might be able to demo.
There is.
In the wine red.
That'd be cool. There was a Gibson Jerry Cantrell here for sale here in Sydney of all places for 12.5.
Yep. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yep. What's up, Sean Hockey? Good to see you.
So, Bo, the question is, have you been playing a lot on that guitar?
No. Since I last opened it on the Zoom thing, I put it over there and it sat there.
Oh.
You picked up your guitar way more than I have. This is
Glad to do it, Doc.
5-6 weeks for me.
What's up, Jeff K?
But I did find room to put it here. So.
Eddie, funny you say that. I was talking about that off air, how apparently Steve really wanted to alienate any audience member younger than himself last night. How he hates old 90s bands. Ooh. Has anyone tried a high watt T20 or T40 combo amp? How do they stack up against the AC15 or AC30? I have not.
Nope.
I've only ever seen one high watt in person. $57, BC Rich. 57. Patrick Treitz is asking Hip how Sydney is. He says, I haven't been there in years since I grew up over on Salt Spring.
I've been here. I've been in Sydney for 6-7 years now. I still haven't made it to Salt Spring. And Salt Spring, it's hippie central, my kind of place.
Yeah, how have you not been there?
He's afraid they're going to make him king.
It's true. Ronnie asks, is Bo keeping the 20-watt Jubilee?
Yeah, I am. That's in the other room.
Question for Billy. What have you been playing on lately?
I play my 335 a lot.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's like one of my faves.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
It's an epi.
It's an epi, eh? Okay, there we go. There we go. Hold it up once more if you don't mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
They play great, too.
It's got the string butler on it that I won from RJ,
Huh?
Right.
which actually works really well. It stays in tune way better.
Nice. Nice. I think I've got both demos coming out this week are going to be Epiphones. I think. Let me see. Oh, there's a
How
Fender
many
there.
guitars did you play when you went there?
I did 5 demos last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I got-
you can do these all at the same time.
It's busy.
Yes. Yeah, I'll go in and basically until my back gets sore or I run out of time or my hands get sore, I will just do a bunch of as many demos as I can. Because for the long time there wasn't much in the way, like nothing inspired me to do it, but now they got some nice amps, some nice guitars, and all right, let's go in and have some fun.
So you like that Princeton?
Oh, I do. They sold it though, so that's why I couldn't use it.
No.
See, I've got the deluxe version of that.
I was playing the deluxe. Actually, no, I was playing the actual one deluxe there. Yeah, it was just under $2,000 Canadian, full tube deluxe. You know, whatever. And no, I couldn't even take it off the shelf to try if I wanted to because it's got a hardwired power cable in it. I'm like, what fucking power cable isn't the computer tower style? You know, like who hardwires in a power cable in 2023? Fucking Fender does apparently.
Mine's not like that. That's weird.
Apparently that's all the Jake breaks. So let's close that window. Oofed. All right. Well, apparently we got a super duper chat. Got to answer. All right, easy. That's sealed. All right, so unfucking believable. Mentions question for the panel: ever walk into a shop for something and walk out with something else? What did you go in to get, and what did you walk out with?
Inanimate or a sentient being?
I was not expecting to buy my vintage. I went in to shoot demos one day and ended up buying that. And didn't shoot any demos.
That's a little slip knot for boner jams. Holy shit, it's Charles Green. What's up, bro?
Oh, hello there.
Hey, it's Quentin James. What's going on?
Yeah, you're doing good.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, we're getting a bit of an echo.
Oh, I need my echo.
Slight echo.
The legend.
There you go. Is that a little better?
Check one. Checked it. Perfect. Look at that. He's all like professional and stuff.
I feel bad. I've got my Schecter and my Didgeridoo, and everybody's got big Marshalls, and William's got a shitload of guitars behind him, and Hip is that? Oh shit! Hip's got a. I have an Explorer, but it's an Epiphone.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
You like it?
No.
Honest answer.
It has a buddy of mine gave it to me. It has I've been playing guitar for 40 years. It's got the fattest neck of any guitar I've ever played.
Oh.
I had a Gibson Explorer back in the day. I loved it. I don't know what, and it's actually stamped a second on the back of the headstock. And I can't find like a finish flaw in it or anything, but it's almost unplayable. Of course, I threw an Invader in the bridge, so it's
Of course
better.
you did.
But yeah,
Live and
But
learn.
of course, that's my Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder 3 and Aurora Burst. If you did,
Sweet.
by the way, those EMG retroactives,
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice
Blow.
color.
they blow hard. But I'm not gigging, so I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But they're like, here, let me change channels on my Didgeridoo. I won't even. I'm playing through a Neural DSP wet dry wet rig.
Sure.
Yeah, didn't believe that one.
Yeah.
That's that's my neck pickup with little Verb. I mean, it's okay. But that's the middle of neck. It is not like that swanky Strat kind of thing. And but like I say, I'm not gigging, so I'm not going down the pickup rabbit hole. But I do not like the EMG retroactives at all. Well, that shut everybody up, didn't it?
I have yet to play it instead of BMGs.
I felt like there was something else coming after that.
Well, I
I
mean,
just want to say hey to Richard, hey to Scott, and Mark says he's had lots of fun the other day with his JS11 and the cool music modulator pedal he got from me a while ago. Right on. He also got the JS11 from me as well.
it's a great guitar. It's got some weight to it. Some mahogany. If you can see it, mahogany body, mahogany back, with a veneer top on it, which is a little gaudy, but the neck is like my favorite neck is, believe it or not, my Mexican Strat. This is smaller than that, but it's not super like Ibanez thin. I actually don't like a really super thin Ibanez neck, but I play it so much because the frets are just gigantic. I mean, it's a brand new guitar, so the frets are gigantic, which just makes my legato sound so much smoother.
It helps, yeah.
It's got a Floyd 1500, stays in tune like a beast. But those EMG retroactives, it's got a 9-volt battery. But I'm just not going to go down there. Like I say, if I was gigging, that's the first thing I'd do is rip the pickups out. But I had to have something with the Floyd to get my 80s on. There's Ben Tom. I think Ben Tom and I were in the ER on the same night. Except I think Tom's got a couple of more issues than I do, brother.
He's got a few.
I just kind of had a sore cube that was, going in my lower back. I'm not going to, never mind. I'm sorry. Yeah, that shut everybody up.
Tube?
Again,
I'll leave that one alone.
By the way, to cure that, I've gone commando, just in case anybody was wondering. It seems to be working.
Perfect.
That's
the
all.
only way to fly.
Wait,
I'm not
Ben
gonna say anything.
There is nothing I can add to that.
Not a thing.
I think Ben just blocked me. Is that working? Hello.
Hello. Is this thing on?
What's up, fellas? Well, Novacek blew it at Wimbledon, didn't he? Anybody? Wimbledon? Nobody?
No.
Who? I've never heard of that racetrack.
It's like I don't know that brand.
I'm in Kentucky, so somebody sent me something on Facebook where they were doing the little buggy races.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes from Churchill Downs, and somebody sent something about a little, they sit behind them, the little buggies and race. I don't know what it is. I play guitar. I don't do horse stuff. Motor Jams, what's up, brah? And all the cool kids are in here.
What's up, Matthew? Good to see you.
Did you go to
70,
the last
76
Kentucky
people.
Derby there, Quentin?
76 people, Charles. You should be putting your channel link in there, in the chat,
Well,
Co-host of Guitar Safari. Next week's, I hope Seth's still in the chat. I had next week's topic, guitars you don't like. Just guitars you don't care for. You don't want any part of it. You just, nope, don't. I just don't.
Somebody asked me a question. What was that?
That's interesting.
What did somebody want to know?
Did you go to the 2023 Kentucky Derby there, Quentin?
I have, dude. If you live in Louisville, you don't go to the Kentucky Derby.
It comes to you.
You don't go anywhere near. Like the express. When I hop out on the expressway, which is like right up by Ghetto Kroger, if you know anything about it, I do not go west because I'm 10 minutes from the Kentucky Derby. You don't.
Oh yeah.
The whole Derby week, you don't go anywhere near that place. It is like the Indianapolis 500 and Woodstock, everything combined. Yeah, I don't go anywhere near it.
No doubt.
I was in Houston when the Super Bowl was going on. That was a mess. That was a huge mess.
Oh, I got a question for the guitar. Can a headstock? Ben knows right. Ben knows what it is. Can a headstock make or break a guitar for you?
Yep.
You look at the headstock
Yep.
and go, "Oh, that's a Mac Mull." I can't, man. I just can't. I don't know what it.
Yep.
And Henning Pauly.
Yep.
Lord Henning has given him me more grief over that fucking headstock. It's like, dude, it looks like it's like one of those paddle things you get from a kit that you can shape it yourself.
The blank. Yeah, like you didn't even try. Like
The
you didn't
guitars
even.
are like $7,000. You can't do a little shape on the headstock.
Yeah. What's up, Kurt?
Kurt 5150. What's up,
Kurt.
bro?
Oh yeah.
We got half of the End of the Bus Network now in the chat.
Okay.
Wednesdays at 9 p.m.
Who's Ferd Burful? I keep on seeing him everywhere. Ferd.
Ford Burful, he's everywhere. He gets around.
that boy.
Well, of course he gets around. He lives in an RV. That's how he gets around.
He's an East Texas guy that is just awesome to have around.
Texas. All right.
Yeah, Ferd's a good guy.
Yeah.
You like guns, Ferd?
Who doesn't from Texas?
You're in Texas? I'm in Kentucky. When males are born in Kentucky, we get a circumcision and a pistol. Of course, we get the pistol after the circumcision. Yeah, okay.
Well, yes, it's very helpful for you not to have it during.
I'm here all week. Tip your service, try the bill. And the Bible. Yeah, I'm in the Bible Belt and the Tornado Alley.
Marcia Murray asks, what's an easier mod, swapping a neck or a bridge? Well, it depends on the bridge and depends on the neck. It's really easy to swap a neck on a Telly. Not so easy on a Les Paul.
I swapped the bridge on my
Come on.
Strat, but it was a direct replace. Somebody broke the tremolo bar off, and I just got a direct replacement. It's like $28, and of course that's going to go right in.
Yeah, where swapping like a Tune-Matic bridge, just
Swapping neck isn't always, especially if the holes don't line up. But if is it going to fit in that neck pocket properly? Because that's, I mean, if it's not, really touching the back, the bottom, and hopefully both sides, you're not going to get a lot of transfer, right?
Yep. It's just going to sound thin. Oh, someone just went by all the speed on a fast bike. Crotch rocket, if you will. Just all the RPM.
This paper thin veneer top really changed the tone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, here we go. I'm starting trouble already.
Marshall Murray says, I have no idea how to remove the grommets. You need grommet puller thing apparatus. Infrastructure. It's not easy. That's what I'm saying. It's not easy.
Go slow.
All right.
Yeah,
See you on
unbelievable.
Fine.
Unbelievable.
For your new guitar. That's amazing. Well done, go.
Oh, I did pick up a Telly yesterday.
You did.
Yes, Aljon, both showing off his new Alex Lifeson Access there earlier. Here, hold
And
it
we're
up
all
again.
very jealous.
Hold it up again. Look at that thing. I just love the color. I will say that.
Yeah.
That's the color, but it's got gold hardware, so Guitar Hack is not going to like that. Oh, and it's an Epiphone. Oh, dear Lord, he's got an Epiphone.
Yeah, it's an Epiphone.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah, it's not, not exactly a real guitar.
Now I have 3 Epiphones.
Is that a 4-channel JVM?
Yeah.
Nice.
DSL 4-channel JCM 900. There's a DSL 100 right there.
What else you got back there? Is that a crate or Carbon? Carbon EVH? I don't think I'm starting to like
That
this.
one's a Carbon. Black Star, 2 EVHs.
That's just the stuff you see on camera.
Great.
Then I have a bunch of
Yeah.
2 super leads from 72 over there.
I've got a Digitech RP360 XP for fuck's sake.
Mark II?
I love Digitech. I used to get Digitechs all the time.
Oh, I had a bunch of Digitech stuff.
I worked in music retail I sold more goddamn Digitech. I tell you, jeez.
Well, I don't know what happened to them, but they used to be pretty good. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Remember the oh Jesus. Back in my rack days, I had like the DSP 256 XLs, and those were great, man. Like I had an ADA MP1 and a Rockon and
I still
Telephone.
have all that stuff.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's great. Oh, I had 2 Boogie Road Ready 412s. That's why my back hurts right now, so much.
You see, I always wonder if Sweetwater calls Bo to ask him what he has in stock.
Right. What's up, Dwight Bailey?
Well,
But that's the I mean, it's fine for YouTube. Playing out, no way. I'd still be using a half stack or, a tube head. But for what I do on YouTube, come on.
I mean, it's at least a half a stack.
I
Hey,
had
Carl, lean out of the way so we can show off your epi amp.
I had a Helix.
Oh, God.
That's right. Yeah, Epiphone well represented here. Missed the Kramer show off earlier.
That was an
Definitely
Epiphone?
Gibson.
Yep. So, Christopher Live Sour. Eddie Fay asks, what does the Tom Schultz Rockman go for nowadays? A lot of money.
Too much.
Yeah, too much. Exactly. What it is, way too much for what it is.
Def Leppard actually used that on parts of Pyromania, right?
Hysteria.
Hysteria, almost the whole thing.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Basically the whole album, basically.
Wow.
Well, those Rockmans are really nice, but they're not really practical on stage. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
switch back and forth with them. You have to have everything hooked up and meaty in order to make it work. So, but if you're doing it on for recording, it's perfect.
I had one. I don't know what happened to it. I probably traded it for something, for a pedal or
What's up,
something.
Travis? 77 folks watching.
I had like a 12 space boogie rack with the MP1 and the Sonic Maximizer and the Hush 2C and the Pro Q and the IntelliFX and coming out those road
were fun days, weren't they?
those road ready 412s.
Yeah.
They don't make them anymore. Those things were monsters, man.
Are those the ones that had the metal grills?
Yeah, they were built like rotations. They just had a door on it that was 4 latches, right?
Yeah.
And I wound up selling it, getting a tube head, and I used a tube screamer, a crybaby, and I had an old SPX 90, Yamaha SPX 90. I had that in the loop with just a single delay setting, doing cover band.
Sounds good, Aljon.
I know Ben Tom's got all the cool gear. He's got the real SDE 3000s. I had the 1000, but there was the 1000, the 2500, the 3000. The 3000 was way too much money back in, this is 84 or something like that. That was a lot of money back. I think my 1000 was still $1,200 or something.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, remember the spring, Charles, when Tom was all like, I'm going to pare down. I'm going to have like 2 guitars, 1 amp. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, and then he went crazy with the rack gear.
And then he bought all the rack gear. All the rack gear.
Smaller form factor, right? So he is paring down.
I'm on stage with 25 grand worth of gear making $200 a night. The hell was I thinking?
And
But those boogie cabins look sexy though. They were awesome.
No, they rock.
And I could not for the life of me stack them. I always had to get the bass player. Dude, you gotta help me lift this, man. I can't. Getting them down, you just kind of pull it and let it hit the stage. Boom, and there you go.
Alex said that my event got canceled today, but they canceled it because it's 105 and it's mostly older folks outside. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Gotta be careful with heat.
So, Ben, have you picked out a fabric for the top of that Explorer yet?
I already told Ben what I'll do to him if he does that.
Yeah.
Billy, thank you for asking that question.
Yes. I'm debating swapping out the pickups. I'm not sure yet. They are rather hot. I might want something a little milder, for demos and stuff because they're so hot. It's kind of hard to use in demos to give an accurate representation of what you're going to get.
Well, you can get DAS or Dirty Fingers. Dirty Fingers would be nice in there.
Yeah, Dirty Fingers would be really nice because that's what it would have originally had in '76.
Talking about hot pickups, are those Invaders?
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, we're talking. Okay, Bo, where's your Explorer?
Look at that. There's not like a scratch or a dink, and it's stamped second on the back. Oh, you can't see it.
Bad guys.
I mean, the only problem is, that's a big problem right there. But it looks good. And all right, well,
Oh, from here it looks good.
you show off. But man, the neck is just—I don't know about Ben's, but the neck is just.
Oh no, this is a nice thin neck.
Now this thing is huge.
Yeah, very nice thin. It's as thin as my Gretsch neck, which I love.
Oh no!
You said Gretsch? Hold on, wait. You said Gretsch?
My Gretsch is like almost like my Fender.
That's the cool thing, Charles. It's very similar neck to my Gretsch in profile. So as soon as I picked it up, put some 57 classics in the Explorer if you want a warm sound killer Explorer. All right. See, I like Aljon's idea there. 57 classics. Write that down, Charles. 57 classics.
Note made.
Noted.
Noted.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, those Invaders ain't for sissies.
All right. What's Bo got? His gold top now?
Oh, still got the sticker on the pick guard.
Gold top.
Wow.
That doesn't look like an Explorer.
But see, this one, it has the right name on it.
There you go. You're back on my friends list. Okay.
See? So let's pause. I love this guitar right here.
What year?
2020, I think.
No. Many moons ago, I found a buddy of mine a 76 reissue gold top Les Paul, like same model years my Explorer.
I love Aljon's comment. Bo with the Goldie for the win.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hip.
Yeah.
And
I have three of these.
And Hip, Mazel, since you as well are holding an Explorer shaped object, just to skew things. Here.
Yeah, but mine's the original. Well,
That's right.
Oh shit! Yeah.
1976. Like that's as close
right.
as you're gonna get to.
That's a survivor right there, folks.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at those pickups and they just look so cool because they're just so relic.
Yeah.
Hell.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Used, definitely used, and that was before I bought it. And I've had this guitar 30 plus years. Like it's my second kid.
Yep.
That's very nice there.
It is sweet. And anybody I let play it, if you ever want to sell it, no. No.
Yeah, I'd like to A/B both of ours, right? Because this is basically the reissue of yours.
Yeah, it's yours. I played one of yours down along McQuaid a couple of years ago. A little thinner, a fair bit lighter, thinner neck,
Okay.
like top to bottom, and width.
Yep.
A hair thinner width-wise. Still fairly wide, though. It was nice. I didn't plug it in, so I have no idea what the pickups were like, but I've heard yours and like holy smoking hot. Like,
Yeah,
in
you,
your
yeah,
face.
you. Yeah. Eljon says, "Nice Explorer hip. Love the playware." Right.
Yeah, like this is a really dark guitar.
Yeah.
Super, really dark, and weighs a ton.
Yeah, but it's an
Well, it's a
Explorer.
70s Gibson. They all did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a sweet guitar, man.
Yep.
And no, the Edge can't buy it either.
Not for sale.
No, because I guess this is his guitar of choice, and they only made like 400 or 500 of them or something.
Here we go.
So, can't be too many kicking around.
Well, dusty. That's right, Invaders, baby. That's actually a fake Invader in the neck. Look at them screws in that thing. It actually sounds okay. Stop it. But that's a real Duncan in the bread. Leave me alone. Damn it. The bridge is 16.4, 16K. The neck is probably like 14 or something. It's just like it. You know, if I get it too close to my kitchen, it'll pull a skillet right off a stove. Stick to it.
See, I was wondering, conspicuous by his absence, guys. Terry says, was invited to a friend's for prime rib dinner. Just in between calls, he's popping in. Calls his aunt, so hop in and say, "Hey, hope everyone's been doing well." That's awesome, Terry. Yeah, jealousy factor.
No, yeah.
The biggest Aljon, the biggest mistake that Duncan did with this pickup is to call it the Invader. They should have called it like the HB4 or something, because a buddy of mine put one in his Les Paul and brought it into the store, straight into a block letter 5150. I saw the pickup and went, "What did you do, you moron?" I mean, you just look at it and go, "See, it's like you got a rat pedal in your bridge or something." It sounded awesome. I mean, it's a little hotter than like a JB, but I really like them. But I'm a game guy. But yeah, call it the Invader. It's like, yeah, you're on
In Guitar Shack, he says, "I don't have an Explorer. Near did I until recently."
Yeah.
But you want one, Ian's Guitar Shack. Everyone should have an Explorer. Experience an Explorer.
Speaking of Explorers,
I feel
Scott?
kind of good now. Yeah.
Hey, little boy.
Ah.
Well, guess
Hey,
what?
is that the Ghost one?
version.
Yeah, it's the Ghost Horse. Quentin, I'm sorry. Whatever I said, I'm sorry. You didn't have to delete me, bro. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't delete you.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
you're
You
right
unfriended me.
Yeah, I did unfriend you because you were kind of a jackass. But
Oh, like you've never been a jackass.
no, not really. Thanks for coming on.
Got some FU tone stuff on there, some Duncans. Replace the pots. It's an Epiphone. Hi, Aljon. Tell your guys to put the right size nut on it next time.
easy.
I thought
I
those
know.
Explorers come with
All right.
burst buckers.
Alex Redford says, "All I got is a Kelly for my Explorer type." Well, Hip has one of those as well. Dave Olney says, "This show has the potential to get loud." Yep.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Whether it's a humbucker or like a HSS,
Mhm.
do you think a 24 fretboard moves the neck pickup back too far? I
Yep.
do. I do. I think it, especially on an HSS, it totally changes that neck pickup, man. It does not. That little, I don't know, inch or so it moves it back. I do not
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But then everybody brings up, yeah, tell that to Guthrie and tell that to everybody else who plays a 24 fret. I'm like, I don't care, dude. It's not like on a Strat. I want that just
Cheers, Herb.
I want that single coil, noisy, squawky, squanky,
Sure,
squeaky, single coil neck sound, and that 24 frets just moves it back too far. Yeah, 24 frets is more than enough for me. Yeah, you get into that expensive real estate, right?
Eljon says that's what Brendan wanted, so we did it. So that's why you got the locking nut you got in it, Scott. Blame Brendan, not Eljon. I like that. Touche.
I like how he handled it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Eljon will be running for office within the next 10 years, Charles, with that kind of diplomacy. I'm just saying. And he has answers. All right, now Bo's just going into Fender country just to mix these right up.
Well, he mentioned squawky fenders. I mean, this is one of them. Right?
Yeah.
It's a 2000. I think it's a 2000.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's as squawky as they come. You know.
I just think
the Firebird, Richard, he mentions I'll get a Firebird before an Explorer. Both demos this week are Epiphones, and it will be a Firebird and that thing. Yeah, Firebird and Vintage Sunburst. Mm-hmm. Oh, right. And then they also demo Travis guitar. The Prophecy Explorer, or not really Explorer, they call it something else. I forget. Extra something. Explorer shaped object.
Michael Krause has a 36 fret. Is that the Dana Scoop? Anybody remember that one?
Oh, Hamer made a 36 fret guitar. So did Washburn.
Yeah,
the frets were like they're like that close.
They're like right on top of each other at the top, and it wasn't even the full like the neck.
Yeah, right.
It was like cut at an angle, so it was just a high strings you could get up that high.
There's Trev. Glad to do it, Eljon. Fun stuff. There was a rant on last week's one, Eljon, about the 61 SG reissue. Can't reissue something that never existed, right? Wasn't it a Les Paul in 61? Just saying. But I did like the Maestro, Charles? It was the Maestro trim?
Yeah, the Maestro trim, yeah.
That was a nice, because generally you don't see those on Epphone. You see them on Gibson reissues, but you don't see them on the Epphone reissue. So I thought that's a nice touch.
It is. It was a nice touch. It's a looker, but it adds the.
You love the old rabbit. Well, I know you love it.
It's a looker, but not a functioner.
Well, yeah. Well, that's a lot of trims, right?
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you're just easy. You're not dive bombing. You're not like Dimebag holding the guitar by the bar. No,
like your neighbor's hot wife. You can look, but don't go over there. Don't go near that.
Maybe brush against it a little.
They put a camera up out the bathroom window. I'm not going there. No, I was going to send this to a buddy of mine for like $500. Get a third humbucker put in, get a Floyd on it, have him shave the neck down, but I just couldn't do it. That's a lot of work for a guitar.
What's up, Rock Daddy? There we are. Gotcha, Alshon.
Oh.
I'll blame Long McQuaid then for how they're labeling it.
So we talked
all the answers, Ben. All the answers.
All the answers.
Have we talked about the new Eddie guitars yet?
You know what? Multicolor Start guitars, I understand if you're reissuing the Star guitar, but we're just doing this shape in a bunch of different colors. No,
stop it.
Stop.
Even the other ones, like the non-stripe ones that are, the half pick guard and the
Frankensteins without the paint job.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Again, no, because now it just looks like a crappy strap with a broken pick guard.
Yeah.
So does that mean don't get one?
Oh, they'll sell a million of them.
Oh, they're
To
only
each their
like
own.
$1,700.
My
They are.
biggest
They're
pet
not
peeve
cheap.
is I noticed the new Wolfgangs don't even ship with a D tuna on them anymore. What's up
Mine
with
do.
that? Yeah, yours did. They don't now. Unless
Well,
it's like the made in Japan or the American ones.
The new boss pedals, they're
Well, the
the
main
way
Japan ones are way more expensive.
everybody's wanting the new Boss delay pedal, the HDE 3000 or whatever.
Cheers, Aljon.
Who the hell does wet
Kicking
route?
off the 150th anniversary this week. Nice. Nice. I'll shoot you a follow up in a week or so or something, Aljon. We'll figure out something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Episode's like one of the oldest. It's not the oldest guitar company, right? The older than Martin, right?
I think so. Oh, yeah.
Epiphone.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I
Now,
don't
John, are you older than Epiphone?
know.
Well, Michael Krause is saying that Boss DM 101 looks cool.
Ooh, Matthew McCosker gets the best part of this week is seeing Clutch and Dinosaur Jr. in DC on Friday. Nice.
Oh,
That
that's a
sounds
good
good.
show.
Yeah, that'd be a good show.
That'd be a wicked show. That'd be a loud show. Well, I need all the hearing protection for Dinosaur Jr. Charles would be like, "How was it? Loud."
What?
Other than that, no, loud. What's up, smallmouth guy? Good to see you. You can take Alshon's seat. Perfect. Dinosaur Jr. is opening for Hold Steady in Boston. Michael Crow
Very
says.
cool.
Marshall Murray wants a J. Mascis Jazzmaster. I want a J. Mascis Telly. It's purple and sparkly.
I want a Tom Anderson drop top.
We can all dream.
Well, I'm putting $5 down on that $900 million Powerball we got going on up here. And I'm telling you, if I win that lottery, everybody gets a Glary.
Oh, thanks, man.
Whether they
You're
want
so
it or not.
But I'm not tossing in a gig bag, you bunch of cheap bastards.
Do we get to pick a color?
You'll get what you get and be happy.
They're all white.
And you'll love it.
They're all white.
All bodies get rerouted to Charles to be fabric wrapped to be
Oh,
for on
Oh,
delivery.
yes.
Like
There
the
you go.
Model T. You can get everything
Now
you
there's a
want
plan.
black. You know, back in the Model T days when they were like in, I don't know, I mean, they didn't have big shopping centers, but how the fuck do you find your car? I mean, it's not like they all look the same. They all were the same. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's just-
Exactly the same. I would guess back then people definitely knew their plate numbers, right?
yeah, ask Ben Tom. He probably would know.
they probably just push the button until their horn beeps.
Hey, I've had to do that a couple of times because there's a
guilty.
million charcoal gray caravans on the road these days. Jesus.
Oh yeah, you go to a big concert. It's like finding your car is like it's a chore due to
Everybody's
lifestyle
walking
choices.
around the parking lot going like this.
You get all excited.
It's just flashing everywhere. Yeah, just everybody's.
They're all got their phones out looking at their GPS. Going, where the fuck's my car?
Well, that's when it pays to drive a $500 beater.
That's true.
Hey, my little Hyundai's a 2007, but don't laugh. It's paid for, okay? So, yeah, I don't have a car payment. That's
So,
right.
so
Every month,
every day you're ahead of the game.
you're ahead of the game, man.
Mhm.
My insurance is like $4 a month or something. It's pretty cheap.
So they pay you to drive it.
Please. Take my car.
Ben, did you see that video where I almost hit that little girl? Man, I still can't. It's out of my head, but it's kind of still up in
Yeah,
there.
that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that, dude? It's like what was the first word out of my mouth? It was the F word. And then her dad comes up and offers me a doobie. What? I'm sorry, man. You want a doobie? What? For not killing your daughter, you're going to offer me a doobie? You got any meth? I mean, shit.
Yeah, the problem with you offering me a doobie is the shit I got is better than the shit you're offering me.
I'm just reading Josh's comment. He says, it's really easy to find my 64 Galaxy in a parking lot. It's sticking out 3 feet past everyone else and has 2 old guys gawking at it.
Hey, man, how much you want for this?
Yeah.
Tom says,
The first one's going to ask, you built this yourself? And the other one asks, is it for sale?
Mm-hmm.
Tom always buys his cars used for cash. That's what I bought. Yeah, I bought mine. I got mine off of Craigslist, believe it or not. And it was great. My whole thing was, look, dude, the AC has to be just like brutally cold. And it is. Those little Hyundais. This is a question though. It's a 4-cylinder, right? My speedometer goes up to 140. What's up with that?
It's wishful thinking.
Just thinking that wishful
That's
thinking.
for the downhills.
4-cylinder up to 140. I get it up.
Maybe if you drove off a cliff.
Start shaking, you know.
Downhill with a tailwind.
When I take it on the Autobahn, it's still not going to get up to 140.
Yeah, like I tell you, the hill coming down to Merritt, you'll do a $140 in anything, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for downhill only. Okay, thanks, Graphite. I just admitted to driving 140 to get to Ghetto Kroger. Hey, that intersection is dangerous, man. How many videos have I put up? Because remember in Kentucky, when the light's green, it means go. When it's yellow, it means go faster. When it's red, it means fuck it. I don't know how many times I've almost been. Because if you watch the videos, when the light turns green, if there's even people on the other side, nobody moves because they know. You just gotta wait. Just wait a few seconds, man.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna run that light.
Well, you know,
no substitute for experience, dude.
I pulled up to a red light the other day. The guy behind me hit his horn because I didn't run it.
It was green a minute
What are you
ago.
thinking? I got places to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, that's half the reason I got that dash cam. That thing's a blast, man, because there's so many idiot drivers out. Y'all know that. I mean, you get in my. Plus, it's good if you're ever in a wreck, and it's not your fault. Somebody's going to be lying. Oh, it was green for 10 minutes. What are you talking about? Let's go to the video.
Yeah, someone decides to brake check you on the road for insurance write-off.
Oh, well, if you're almost kill your neighbor, but you get offered drugs. Well, first he offered me a beer. You drink? You want a beer? No, I don't want a beer. Your wife's pretty hot, though. Can we work something out? Shit.
No, what I want to do is pass my hand across your face, you snotty nose wrapper of other people's bottoms.
Oh, man. And I forget what song I was listening to, like Ugly Kid Joe or something on the radio. And I kind of like, I like this song. And, oh, shit. Yeah, that was, man. Whew. I mean, I'd have been in the, I don't know. I'd have jumped off a cliff if, God. Yeah, I can't live with shit like that. But luckily the Hyundai had some good brakes. Yeah, it has some anti-skid brakes. I think the brake pedal hit the floor, went through the firewall, hit that fucker so hard. Oh, it skidded. Yeah, it skidded. I turned left. I was ready to take out the cars the other side of the street. I didn't care. It's like, all right, I got my seatbelt on. I think the airbags will work. We're going to find out. But yeah, I did not get that doobie, if anybody was wondering. Fucking. That's it. You want a doobie?
The doobie.
For not killing your child? Yeah, okay, that's fair trade. Yeah, okay. Now you people know why I carry a. Well, I'm not going to start in with that. So. All right, Ben. Thank you for having me on. I'm sorry if I took over and act stupid, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get off.
All good.
But that's because
Always a pleasure, sir.
With them invaders, though. Yeah. Hey, it's good.
Cheers, Libby.
Yeah, man. Have a good night. Good to see you, Quentin.
See you later, Charles Green. Have a good one.
All right.
That guy's all right.
He's yeah. I run into a lot of characters. Well, you're a character yourself, so you know they attract each other. I guess.
Mental note.
Avoid Louisville. I know. Yep.
Because there are a bunch of crazy fuckers down there.
It seems that way.
He is a character.
Apparently, Eddie Fate emailed you, Charles.
Yeah, I will. I'm looking at the email now, and I'll give him a response back after the show.
Sure. Yeah. Wheeling and dealing. That's good. Oh, also, yeah, for those who missed it earlier, flash sale this weekend, lpdpedals.com, 20% off. Quite wide. That's not the link. Dang it, I don't have the link now. What's the code again? Oh, man. Someone asked for the link, so now we got a StreamYard link and not the code. Oh. Open that up. All right. Friday.
I don't remember what it was, but
Flash.
I'd buy something, but I have every pedal he's got though. So
There. Use this coupon code until 11:59 Pacific this evening. And you can save 20% off your purchase. So, here we are. Friday Flash 07/2023. Sure. Question for the panel from Richard Nagamitsu. Question for the panel. What pedal are you really digging this week?
well,
None.
I would say I haven't played one this week, but the last pedal I messed around with was the Dutch Squared.
Playing around with this pedal pedal, but I'll say love of my life this week will still be the Dodd Phaser 201 reissue. That Dodd Phaser is awesome. What's up, Jason Lindholm? What's up, Dane? Gentlemen. Yeah, I'm digging the Dodd Phaser. So I'm working on a couple of things.
That phaser kind of surprised you a little bit, right? It was better than you thought it was going to be?
Way better than I thought it would be. Yeah, like I thought it was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be, oh, this is now my favorite single knob phaser in my life. Huh. You know, was not expecting it to knock my Phase 95 off the board.
And is it more for that feature of just the one knob, or does it do a thing that the other one doesn't really do well?
No, it does the thing that I need it to do, like say like a Phase 90, but it's a little soupier, not quite as grainy. Yeah, it's a little more liquid sounding, and I like it. I don't know. The depth is a little different. I don't know. I just like it better. It does the same thing, but better for my ears. So, although I got the Keeley Custom Shop phaser back there. Oh, they're laying down now. That's why you can't see them. Haha, that's right. I was fiddling with knobs. Which I was thinking, actually, this is going to go onto the board this week, so I can, dial in some settings, and so yeah. Why is the feedback in the depth all the way up? Huh. Wonder what that sounds like. We'll have to plug it in to see where I left off.
I'll teach you when he plugs it in.
Yeah. Still got to dial it. That pedal pal, it's like a plexi, so I have a hard time dialing in plexis to a sound I like, so I'm working on it, though. So apparently I got to get some classic 57s for the Explorer.
Yeah, I have got a note about that.
Yeah. All right.
Ken, what do you think about that idea? Those 57 classics in the Explorer.
The first thing that actually crossed my mind was Thornbuckers. That was the first thought that went through my mind.
Well, originally I was thinking, yeah, like doing, I don't know, like
something lower
59, like a Duncan 59 in the neck and a JB in the bridge. You know, pretty standard fare. Or
something way more classic, or at least classic sounding, like not so free.
Or I really like the pickups in my Music Man. So do I go for the DiMarzio, Aaron Norton, and Tone Zone?
Depends what you want to play with your Explorer.
Everything that I play with everything else.
I gigged in country bands with this Explorer.
Oh, believe me, I can play the country on it. Once I found I can do the A bends behind the nut. Full step bends behind the nut.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought I could only do that on Fender shaped objects.
It is doable.
Joe Albert says, nice. I went through so many phases before trying the Analog Man modified phase 90 and just enjoying all the options. I do have an Analog Man phase 45 in front of my gain. That is my pre-gain phase. But yeah, for post-gain, I got the Dodd 201 phase or. I got to work on it. I got the AT mod to still do a demo on. I got quite a few pedals I got to do some demos on. Oh, also for a gain pedal that I'm still digging on. I don't know. I assume they still make them, but this is only temporary off the board because I got the Marshall type pedal on the board. But the Radial North Star.
Ooh.
Oh, that's new. I've never seen that.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, this is really good. I dig this. It's made like in, I don't know, Symmetry's backyard, basically, or next door.
I never heard of them.
Yeah, and it does the thing. It's different. I was like, oh, this is a different gain pedal than the other companies. It's a different kind of fizz in your soda, if you will. Jason's asked, what program y'all using for the video chat? StreamYard, good sir. So yeah, it's got a boost in it too. I don't need the boost, but the boost is there if I need it. But just across the train tracks, Symmetry says from his place. There we go. Apparently, Tom went back and looked, and Martin's older by 40 years. Okay, thanks, Tom. That's cool. 1833 versus 1873. Well, there we are then.
Well, yeah, Trip. It's right at the bottom of the Mary Hill bypass, like right at the intersection there. You go into that.
Like they had good wood back then.
It's right in there.
Right? Like old growth still.
Right.
1833. I can just imagine. This needs to go back on the board. You don't need to do that right now. Do it after the show. So just place you right there. All right. Radial does make good stuff all around, Richard. I do agree. I had to get a bunch of DI boxes for the military. I've just ordered Radial ones. That's how I came across Radial as a company, because I hadn't heard of them previously because I was basically out of music at that time. So Wasn't keeping up on the companies per se.
Yeah. All their stuff is pretty high quality. It's not cheap shit.
No, it's not cheap, but it's reasonable. It's not like other Canadian companies like
No,
Empress.
wouldn't call it.
They make a pedal under $600.
Maybe.
But yeah, well,
Hey, mark those images.
they're starting to get known too, so a little more volume, prices come down a bit.
You did use it?
Yes, you do need to do a field trip, Tom, over to Nazareth. Go there and hang out with the Andretti's while you're in Nazareth as well. Yes, they all live there. 2 reasons to go to Nazareth.
Is the old racetrack still in existence?
I was just thinking that it may be a subdivision.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of a cool track.
It was a really cool little, weird little oval-esque. I say oval-esque because there's like 5 corners kind of and height differences. And
yeah, it's like a 5
it
corner.
was a bitch. I remember playing it in video games. It was a hard track to get a good lap, consistent lap. Oh, yeah, it was cool.
But yeah, go figure, turn it into a parking lot or a condo.
It wasn't open that long either. It was only open for like 5-6 years or something. It seems.
Yeah, well, kind of a weird place for it too. Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know what the deal is there, but yeah, they built tracks in weirder places.
True.
Like Michigan Speedway, that's in what, Brooklyn, I think? Like it's not exactly close. It's kind of central in a way.
And that makes business sense or logistic sense, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, putting a super speedway on Hawaii.
I think Charles has taken all the notes to tonight's show.
Is that what that is?
That's Charles hacking away on the keyboard.
Yeah, the
I'm so
goddamn
sorry.
hippie guy.
I'll stop that now.
Yeah, and I got a wet sand later. Damn.
Oh, just having fun. Smallmouth guy says used to love the old DoD phasers. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good representation of what the original sounded like, but they do. Count me in.
I've never tried a DoD phaser. All of my effects for the little that I use have been Boss.
I do have a Boss demo coming up sooner or later too, because I acquired. Oh yeah, that's down on the floor. Easy, right with the accessory.
And I've been used pedals.
Oh,
I've been looking forward to this one.
yeah, I want to hear what that sounds like.
And I got the Switch too. So
Ooh.
you actually need this to turn it on and off. When you hit this, all that does is switch channels between the two.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So expect that rantification during said demo.
Well, that's stupid. What if you
Yeah,
lose
that's really dumb.
I have no idea. So yeah,
Well,
that's
just
my
asking how
understanding.
easy to replace.
You bought that used?
I got it in trade.
Oh, okay. So somebody gave it. Because I'm wondering if when you buy it new, if that comes with a red button.
No, red button sold separately.
Oh, Jesus. That's
Yeah, like a
cash
$60
grab.
buck.
$40,
Canadian.
man.
They probably tell you that after you buy the first one.
That's where Josh Scott made the money on that pedal.
Yeah, I got this. And this. This sounds nice too. Not gonna lie. This may be going back on the board as well. As well as I got the diamond compressor as well, which is on the board and staying on the board. Might make a demo, might not. Don't care. It's on my board. I dig it. So yeah, I traded my HX effects for these pedals. You would laugh, Billy, because I threw the HX effects up on Kijij, right?
Right.
And the guy's first thing he says, "Do you like boutique pedals?" Yes.
So let's talk.
Like, what do you got? And he says, "I got all these." I said, "I will trade it for all those." And he says, "Deal." I said, "Sweet." Yeah.
Right on. Cool.
Pedals over. And that's how I went from having no blues driver based pedals to all of a sudden I got the Angry Driver like 3 days after I got the AT mod in, and I messaged Charles and I went from having none of the blues drivers to all the blues drivers. And that was before, I think that was before I got the Explorer, to which I got an angry text, "Eye on the prize, eye on the prize."
Yeah, I did let you have it on that.
You're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It was a trade, and you know I had already ordered this." I know.
Well,
And now he's like, "Will you do a damn demo on the Angry Driver so I can find it?"
a fella is still looking for a cheap blues driver, just so you know.
Yeah. So I'll get the Stratocaster shaped object out for those. And then, maybe 1 week will just be all the blues driver variants. It'll be the AT mod on a Wednesday and the Angry Driver on a Friday.
Or you
Which
can
is
hook
great,
them all
because
up
I'll
at the same
literally
time.
just shoot one demo, swap out the pedal to the other one, and shit takes because I'll use the same guitar and same amp. The question is, do we do it through a Strat through a Fender amp or a Strat through a Marshall amp?
Or a Marshall. I'd be thinking a Marshall is more prevalent. For
Okay.
sure.
Blues driver, Marshall, Strat. Oh, I am not a fan of that tone.
You're
We
asking
may
me if you're
EB
a
the two
fan.
amps, and
Okay,
whichever
well,
one
that's
is the
different.
lesser of the two evils will be the one.
But yeah,
So-
I'm
so
thinking a
then what-
Marshall is way more prevalent. For sure.
So what else we got coming up for the month in terms of guests and videos and that kind of thing?
Deep thoughts.
Got the Met phone demos coming out this week. Also, Fender guitar, offset, if you will. Jazzmaster, possibly. Yes, that's right, because I was in the rhythm circuit and I realized the pickup selector does sweet fuck all when you're with the rhythm circuit switched up. Got happy with the demo. Fuck it, we're leaving that in. We're just going for gold. You're gonna love that, Charles. I'm like, wait.
You may want to consider making a short out of the rant part as a preview.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, just do one of those where they do the short at the beginning and then it fades out, and then okay,
Mhm.
So there's I do need to get back over there. I'm hoping this week to do 1 or 2 or possibly even 3 Kramers. Mazel. A Striker, possibly a Beretta, and something else that I don't know. It was up in the air, and it has a flame top, which I went, ooh! You don't see a lot of flame top fucking Kramers. So, but I couldn't see it, and
No.
I told them my deal is.
SF1.
It could be. I just told them the deal is if I'm doing a Floyd Rose demo, they have to tune it. Hand it to me pre-tuned, and then I'll walk in the room, shoot the demo, and then put it back. Mark Taft asks, is Charles Green coming back soon? Sure. So that, Charles, to answer your question, one of the guests will be coming back to be Charles Green. What's up, Nelson? See you, my friend. What else? Yeah, I got a bunch of pedals around here to shoot. It's all once I get the new routine down. We'll find out. We're moving Dad on Tuesday, so after Tuesday, and then a few days after that, we'll see how that gets settled in. So hope get through this week. Then, like I wasn't even sure I was going to get any videos out last week, and then I was able to slide into Long McQuaid. Had about 45 minutes, and then my back cramped up during the last demo I shot. And then I was like, all right, I'm done. But I managed to knock out 5 quick demos. So Richard says, do the Kramers all in one video. No. We just do 3 real quick ones. See you, Zach. What else? What other guitars were there? Speaking of which, if go on the Long McQuaid website. If you see something you want demoed, let me know. Especially if you go to the Belleville store. Especially. Speaking of which, there was one of the demos. It was a used guitar. I think it was that. Actually, it was that Gretsch that I demoed.
It was that Gretsch, and it was
because it said available on Gear Hunter. So I'm like, literally, if you want this guitar, go select Belleville store Gear Hunter. There it is.
That was tempting. It was very tempting.
I bet it was.
You see how I'm holding my hands together, right?
Oh, I know. There's a bunch more Gretches I could do. Jet style guitars with the P90 in the neck and the humbucker in the bridge.
Ooh, no, a P90 would be cool.
Is that a good combination with the P90 in the neck and the humbucker in the bridge?
No. I don't know. I'm one of those singles with singles, humbuckers with humbuckers. Like it just because for that middle position, I like to have the effect of 2 humbuckers or 2 single coils doing their thing.
Yeah,
that's just me. I've never been big on a single coil humbucker bass guitar because I don't know. It's just the weird middle position. Because you're compromising, what do you put, a 500K pot or a 250K pot in?
Mm-hmm.
There's compromise there. So
you do a 375. Done.
Well, see that Gretsch video got me looking back at Gretches again. Seriously.
Sorry. You're done if I find an olive green one.
Yeah.
Wait for his next Martin video. Whoops.
Oh, I suppose they could knock out some acoustic videos, but it's weird. They did not go over well when I released a bunch earlier this year, but since then, a couple of them have, they're doing okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes they take time to find their audience.
Yeah. Well, the Shawn Mendes one started doing better once they started talking about it themselves, I guess. And then all of a sudden, Martin released some videos and stuff, and all of a sudden I got a bump as a result. As I'm like, here's a Shawn Mendes triple. I'm like, I don't know who the guy is. Apparently he designs a nice guitar, though. That thing played great, sounded great, I remember. And acoustic demos are easy to do. I don't know, were you able to hear any instrumentation going on in the background in the demo so far? Because I had a fucking concert in the room next to me. Piano and saxophone. I'm like, come on.
No, I don't remember that coming through on any videos.
I think I was droning them out pretty good, and they were getting a little ticked off because they kept seeing me walking back and forth with different guitars, and I go in, and yell and talk loud, and they're like, "Who is this person?"
No sense of humor.
I didn't care. There's a district manager. He goes, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm a guy. Comes in, uses the products, makes demo videos, tries to move the product for you." Cool. Sure. What's up, Eddie?
Yep.
Ronnie is asking, Bo, is that the Kramer?
Yeah, this is a Kramer.
Oh, here, let's. Yeah, that is sweet.
It's got the volute in the back, you know.
I hate the flute, but I like that neck access.
I like that purple burst, yeah.
That too.
Mhm.
It offsets the volute.
It's got the tooth.
There is a topic for you one week, Charles. You know, something you might not like on a guitar, but there's other parts of the guitar that more than offsets. You're just like, I don't like a volute, but I really like that burst. So
Yeah. What's your deal breaker? Yeah.
Yeah, inquiring minds want to know. See, there you go. Anytime you need a topic, I'll come up with something for you. You know,
Appreciate it, because there've been some week where we've been kind of stymied and come up with something last moment. Like topic we had today, that was a Friday night. This is what we're doing.
Oh yeah, the topic was like, how did you get into YouTube?
Right? Yeah, the 7 degrees of separation on YouTube. How did you get to your favorite channels?
What? And I was wondering about that because I was thinking to myself before you even did the show, was doing this show for several years now. I've had a chance to meet a lot of people, and attending events, I got to meet a lot of people. So when it comes to that 7 degrees of separation, we can reach a lot of fellas based on my contact list after 5+ years doing this.
Well,
And
it was, well, that was the thing. You sit there, I was looking at it, and I came in an hour before the show to make sure everything is set, and then I made my list, right? Because I was trying to think about it. I was looking at, okay, who do I watch now still, and go from there. And so of all those, where did they come from, right? And the list I got from this channel was far longer than any other. And it's interesting too, because I try to be really objective about people that I only found here, right? I didn't find them somewhere else first and then came here, because we all tend to follow each other around in a circle all day.
mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I mentioned. I mean, it's a whole community. I mean, everybody knows each other now from all the bands. So.
Oh yeah, I stopped in on Charles. I know everybody that's on there, and then I go over to Pete Thorne. There's a bunch of people I know over there. It's like everybody knows everybody in this whole.
Yeah, and that was what made it. What I thought made that interesting, because well, how did you get there to that place, right? How did you get to where this person, right? Was it from this person's channel or this person's channel? What really made that difference?
And I've noticed that too. Over the years, it's interesting because I'll meet you guys, in various chats, or get a shout out based off somebody will say, and then I'll see someone in the chat, and it's like I know where certain people in the chat, where they came from, and they're like, oh yeah, there's someone I recognize from Pete Thorne. Here's someone I recognize from Steve from Boston's chat. Here's someone I recognize from Phil McKnight's chat.
Well, I found Ben through RJ.
Exactly. And RJ, I just found just looking at tour vlogs, because I love watching tour vlog videos, and then watching his demos as well. And that was it. I thought he was a cool guy long before I even heard him really play, other than little clips of him playing live in his tour vlogs. Then I watched some of his demos. I'm like, damn, this guy can play. And then that's how I met Tom too. I think just through RJ.
I love Graphite Cigars comment. He says, I don't know anyone. I'm just hoping most of them have kids that are selling Girl Scout cookies.
Chocolate or vanilla?
And the beer snob, Tom, says, I found RJ through school in 1995. The beer snob.
Yep. Yep. So the question is,
somehow last week's show with RJ got demonetized until I did a manual, hey, and which took until Tuesday or Wednesday to clear up.
That's interesting. So did you get mixed up with Tom through RJ's channel then?
I believe so. Yeah, I think I met Tom through RJ, and I think seeing him around like Phil's channel as well. Like, but I think that's what kind of sealed it. And it was weird because, well, and part of it, I remember RJ started going live. It was just happened. I think I was commenting on a few of RJ's videos around that time, so he must have, checked out, saw who I was. There we go. Tom says he met me through RJ. Mm-hmm. And then RJ started going live, and like the first time he went live, he needed some moderators, so he made Tom, me, and Robert Baker as mods. Okay.
And look at you now.
BC Rich says he thinks he found me through Dave's there or Steve from Boston. I remember seeing BC Rich around, like, I think around the time I started, like, he's been around that long. Same as Bo here. Like, I knew Bo in the chats before I ever started my channel, and then Bo was one of the OGs. Like, first time I went live, it was Bo. Like, when we were in Rich's basement, and it was like...
Way back then, I was scared to even just go on the chat, I thought somebody would hack me or something,
Now look at us.
But times changed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know how long. That's a long time.
Okay, so Hip, how did you come across Ben?
Me?
No, Hip.
No.
One more time there, Charles?
How did you come across Ben's channel?
I know.
I'm not even sure I know.
I know.
Okay, well, let's see how accurate my version is. I started snooping around YouTube, just watching people, see you add what info, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not really a gear hound. Like, I'm more of a guitar, cable, amp, go. Like, you gotta be able to do your shit, go.
Simple's better.
Yeah, effects are nice, and like, I run the minimal effects. So I'd watch YouTube and just, see who's doing what, and just for, like, live TV. Like, I haven't seen cable TV for years, satellite TV for years. So YouTube is kind of my TV.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben was live.
I was going to say, we got 58 people watching. Everyone can put in the chat how they found this channel. It'd be cool. But
So,
I was going to say, Hip, I'm pretty sure, like John DeShane, we hooked up through Pete Thorne's channel.
That could be, but I think Henning was involved too, somewhere in there.
I think originally, yeah, because you're a Canadian? Bye!
Yeah. Yeah, because I would do, hey, I'm live after Pete here in a few hours. And you're like, all right.
There wasn't too many of you guys.
And I watched you for like quite a while. I didn't say jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just sit, observe. I'm far more the observer person by far. And you get to a point where you either got to pipe up or just someone just says pure utter bullshit. And you got to go, hey. I don't know which one of the two it was, but
I haven't seen it in a long time,
and,
though, Ben. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michael B. and I met on a live stream with Shane from In the Blues. That's where I got the idea of these community hangs, was Shane from In the Blues.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I remember like met Zach Thong on one of those. It was like Michael B, me, Zach Thong, the Tone King, Shane, and like Jamal. It was a very diverse cast of characters for sure. It was possibly Landon was on with us. Very weird.
Variety is the spice of life, man. So,
yeah.
The more you can.
And Jim Cox says, "How can you not find this channel? I'm everywhere." Really? I think I would have a much bigger channel if I'm everywhere. Or a lot of people. I'm a very acquired taste. One or the other.
I was about to say that's the comment that wins tonight.
Yeah. wish.
And the other shoe is some people just are told to like this, and they like it because they're kind of told to like it.
There you go. So Marsha Murray
Kinda
learned
like
of
watching
RJ
the
through
movies.
JHS's channel, which led him here. Nice. And I will say, RJ always, every week he gives me such a shout out, which is nice. I appreciate it.
And Pete does that as
People
well.
at times, and Pete doesn't, but that's fine. Pete means well, but he's always, hey, there's my buddy Ben. I'm like, yep, that's fine. That's fine. People think that we're much closer than we actually are. And that's fine. I'm willing to keep it true.
Ferg got to you through Phil and Pete.
Yep. Hey, McCullough Music followed RJ to your chat. Nice. Graphite 5. Well, I was recipe for homemade bread. I was says a vital ingredient for activation of yeast fermentation. Sure.
Has anybody discovered Ben's channel through his soda tastings?
Right.
Oh, that's interesting idea.
That would be interesting.
Which I forgot to have a Virgil's on ice for tonight, Charles. So that's why I'm drinking the Jones watermelon.
Well, I just figured it was because you knew you were wrong.
Watermelon? That'd be kind of funky.
But I kind of, I thought that might have been your reaction to Virgil's anyway, because you and I've talked about that before. How you prefer that creamy A&W root beer over the more licorice sarsaparilla taste.
Yeah. It is weird. It had just a hint of it. Was like weird. I still got a bit of an aspartame type thing for whatever reason, just a touch. I'm like, why?
I think there was a sympathetic taste.
I think it was.
The sympathetic taste.
Thank you, Ronnie. He finished a Boylan's earlier for me. I want to try one of those. He mentioned he left to go. He's like, dude, you really got to try one. I'm like, the only place I found them is 300 miles away from me, so I got to order it online. And with shipping, it's like a $20 pop. So I got to do a group thing from them at some point.
Kind of like a pop shop mail order.
Yeah, well, yeah. What are they called? Soda Pop Brothers. Milk Tea sent me a care package of it. That's how I had their black cherry, the Boylan's one. And they have like every pop. They got some really weird pop. Like pretty sure they have bacon pop. And I went, a fella may have to. I'm sure it just tastes salty and smoky and carbonation.
With a little layer of grease on top to seal the flavor in.
One can hope. One can hope.
So that would be like, what, 800 calories for one bottle?
Oh, yeah. All the calories, instant diabetes, or diabetic adjacency.
Well, Michael Kraft says he's still waiting for the Moxie tasting, and I will tell you, you and I should do a joint tasting on that.
I don't even know what that is.
No, pot doesn't really taste all that good, Charles. Just saying.
They do a root beer that is way more like what I like than you do.
Oh, no.
So it's really heavy on that sarsaparilla side.
I bet. Okay. Yeah, it seems like to ship anything like the size of a bottle of pop would be $20 in Canada, Ronnie. Oh, it's always $20.
Yeah, to get anything stateside to up in Canada.
Add another $10.
From Washington, Kurt 5150 sent me a package there about a year ago. It was like $33, and he's in Washington. I'm in BC, like straight north, across the border, there.
Hey, that package Hobo Roadie sent me, that was $60 US the way he had it packed. It was big, packed well. It cost him $60 to ship.
Wow.
It's not cheap. Jason Lindholm says we have new flavors of Mountain Dew here. We have various. I tend to stay away from the Mountain Dew. They crank so much caffeine into it now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
I do not want to drink that again, Mark. Oof.
Scottish.
Yeah, that was just a can of nastiness. That's all that was.
Well, there are some people that drink that Mountain Dew stuff just for that reason because of all the caffeine in it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
Oh, I do.
I want no part of that. I'm like, can a fella find a Mellow Yellow in Canada so I don't have to drink the liquid caffeine? Because I can taste the caffeine, and it's a taste I don't care for.
Check out Ryan's comment, Ben.
Found me on Pete Thorne's channel. Oh, I found it right on Pete. They kept asking me to come watch the show. So scared. Yep.
As well, you should be, Ryan, because we're a bunch of crazy mother.
Yep.
Oh boy,
That was a good one.
that was good.
I still got a weird.
It's the bacon.
I got one upstairs, Charles. It's a Jones soda, like a sour mango, and it's like an orange color. But now I look at the store and they got sour mango on the shelf and it's clear. I'm like, why is mine orange and these clear? Like, what's going on here?
Maybe they didn't want to spring for the coloring in the second one.
Maybe I don't know. So we'll see. A sour mango. Ooh.
Because mangoes are orange, so.
Yeah, and then there's another one. I got the pink tang, pink grapefruit carbonated beverage. That's going to be pleasantly saliva inducing.
Yeah.
No comment.
Oh, yeah.
Throw a couple shots of vodka in there. It'll go down
There-
easier.
There is.
But
They
now with
still have a
vodka, it might
British
not be
pop
bad.
from last year that's just labeled a shanty. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucking. Who knows what that could be? That could be anything.
But Billy, I think you have the video there, right? He tastes the soda, doesn't like it. He brings the vodka on camera, mixes it in, and finishes it up.
Oh, it's not so bad now.
Sounds like he was prepared.
Ronnie had a maple root beer when he was up in Tennessee. That was a rough chew. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that just
Okay,
sounds
what's the
nasty.
brand? Hold
I
on.
like maple. I
What's
don't
the
want any
brand?
maple beverage.
I need to
Root
know.
beer, yeah, root beer doesn't need a flavor.
well, once I agreed, and it's going to cost Charles. He knows it's going to cost him financially. But I found a line of pops that were all, what was it? Rather than cane sugar, they were actually all sweetened with maple syrup instead of cane sugar. And there was a whole different variety of them. I went, no. And Charles, come on! I said, show me the money. And he says, I will write you the check to do this. And I went, fine. And then it's been out of stock ever since. Like, I can't figure what dollar store I found it at. It seems I can't get the grape soda I like anymore either. They got other flavors by them, but they don't have that Jamaican grape soda that I had last week with RJ on. That was the last one I had of that. That was so good. So good. See, now I need boutique pops, Charles.
Yes, you're spoiled.
Pedals, boutique pop.
There are ways.
Although I do still have that mug root beer upstairs. I got to check that out. Is that going to be, will that be the number 2 because it leans on the creamy side as opposed to the sarsaparilla side?
Yeah,
I
I like
like it.
mugs better than Dad's. But
And right now, Dad's is the number 2.
Okay, so yeah, I think on that continuum, it's mug is more on the creamy side, but not as creamy as A&W.
Right.
I think. It's been a while since-
So, yes, Stephen Douglas asked, Ben, have you tried Cheerwine? Or is that just an East Coast U.S. thing? Have tried it because it's all over North Carolina. I wasn't a fan. I don't like cherry stuff, though. But I'd do it again because I only had it once, so I'd do it again for a video. I'd like to get me some Sundrop. Try to find that outside North Carolina. It's impossible, though. All the Carolina people. Oh yeah, sun drop. I know. Richard Nagamitz is right now sucking on a sun drop. Just
Yeah. Like,
I can just imagine next Zoom call, he'll just be like, really, quenches the thirst. I'm like, I know. I know. It's similar to Mellow Yellow, but different. That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah. I think I've only ever had one Mellow Yellow. And it was kind of...
Okay, Ryan Hall says sun drop is everywhere down here. Well, there you go. You should be drinking that. Dan New Jersey says best pop ever was cold Coke in the 60s in glass bottles. Mexican Coke. That's that's basically it.
Yeah.
Ironic thing about
I
this.
know, Ronnie.
Ironic thing about it is my wife is Mexican American. She prefers the American Coke, and I prefer the Mexican Coke. Go figure.
Grass is always greener.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go a little bit longer here. It's really wow. We've already blown through 2 hours. That's nice.
You know what I find cool, Ben? Is my wife is a Filipino.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least, I mean, her parents are.
Tom, like the sun drop? Yes, cane sugar, Tom.
Yeah.
Mexican Coke. I was looking for it the other day. That's how I came across the Virgils, because I was looking for Mexican Coke.
They're on the same part of the shelf, yeah.
Exactly. But not here. Apparently it's intermittent, They still had some of that crappy Quebec Coca-Cola with the maple infused. And I went, no, Charles, no. Because you have to commit to a 4-pack of that. And I'm like, I wouldn't wish that upon 3 of my friends.
Tabernacle.
Oh.
Okay, Ryan Hall says made in Pulaski, Tennessee. Sundrop headquarters are just right over the hill. Commented like a true Tennessean. Charles, that's what I'm just saying. Right over the hill.
Yeah.
Right over the hill. And I believe him.
Oh, but you got some hills too. They're called the Rockies.
Tom, are you speaking from experience? Because he's just all the Tom.
Yeah, I know.
Tom's just,
now those comments make a whole lot more sense.
Lifestyle choices. I bet you he's been to the Coke factory in Atlanta, as opposed to the Coke factory in Atlanta. Is that the Burlington Coke factory in Atlanta?
Which suburb?
I don't think you need it, Tom. You don't need it.
Yeah, Tom is the last person on earth that should do coke.
Yeah. You're speaking as your friends.
Please, Tom, don't.
Yeah. Let alone now. You're too broken for that. It would just kill you.
Yeah. You're not missing much, Tom. Long story short, you're not missing much.
Yeah. Exactly. So, do you have anything you want to discuss you got coming up on your channel, Charles?
I haven't made a video in quite a while, but I started on a video. Well, you asked.
Yeah.
But I started on a video on the Warlock. And so now that I've got the progress you saw today, I'm ready to wrap up the end of that, I think. So, yeah, new video.
Is there going to be an outtake video? Because that's what I want to see.
You know, I've been thinking about that.
Reel.
I've been thinking about just letting the camera run and do some of those.
Charles, like, tearing fabric off the body, like, swearing, and, like...
Well, and, you know, I'm just thinking, it's like, why is the narration in Morse code? Yeah. Yeah, just the Morse code narration. Beep,
Yeah.
beep, and beep.
Oh, that'd be priceless.
Because I've made some videos where it was F this and F that. And
Oh, I can tell. I can tell by the selective edits, because generally there's a wardrobe change as well. I'm like, that's a different Star Wars shirt. He had to take a moment, walk away. And it possibly involved a shower, because he had to get away.
A day later, because...
Yeah. I've noticed.
Sometimes you have to walk away.
Yeah.
It is doing, you know, it's like anything you want to do. If you want it to be right, you need to know when to walk away and come back to it later.
When you start getting frustrated, it's time to stop.
Yeah.
The first time Charles did binding on camera was 3 Star Wars shirts. Just saying.
Oh, God, binding. I couldn't even imagine.
And the material change, because I believe you started it with wood binding, and by the end of the video, you're already onto the plastic binding.
Oh, that I should. I need to find that footage if I still have it of the wood binding.
There was all the cursing. I could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charles is like, I'm going to bind a guitar for the first time ever in my life. I'm like, really? And I'm going to do it with wood binding. Really? Like, I love you, buddy, but you're biting off a big chunk of talent here. And well, see, I've bent wood before, and I even built, I built a steam box to steam the pieces and everything, and I thought I'd be able to make it, and I just couldn't make it around that. It's that skinny horn did me in every time. I could do the rest of the guitar, I just couldn't get around the skinny horn without breaking it. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much you can only do that really on a dreadnought or something like.
Yeah. I was really disappointed.
Yeah, no cutaways. There can't be any cutaways with the wood binding.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to do wood binding on telly. I'm like, no, you're not. I love you, but you're not.
Yeah. There's like some really sharp curves you got to go through.
Yeah. And I was watching it, and I went afterwards. I went and watched other people do it, and they got all these fancy irons and stuff that they put in. I was like,
You had none of the infrastructure. None of the infrastructure. I was like, yeah. Oh well, live and learn, and that's part of the fun of the videos. And then getting the text messages. Why is it so hard to make a 5-minute video? Because it takes 5 hours to make a 5-minute video.
Yep.
That's why you get demos done in stores, warts and all, so a fella can just stream of conscious, just hit record and let it go. 0 edits.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you end up with new words like Bigglestick involved in the logo.
So what does that mean? Bigglestick?
I'll be right back.
Bigglestick would be a Bigsby wiggle stick. What's up, bonkers? Like the Gretsch on Friday had a Bigglestick in gold.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why they put the little condom on the end of the Bigglestick. I don't understand that.
So you don't wear the gold off.
I guess. Yeah, because you just look at those and the gold wears off.
Yeah.
You know who I've seen? Dwight Bailey had a guild that he showed off on one of his shows that I really liked. I don't remember what kind it was, but it was very nice. I liked it.
Nice. Gotta check that out.
Oh, I think it was an X700 guild.
Well, he's another guy that's got a lot of nice stuff in his arsenal.
Yeah, he does.
Exactly, Michael Krause. Unless I do a quick stream of cut, but doing a video in here, yeah, it's the ratio definitely goes up. But then again, I usually do a good 10+ minute video when I'm shooting here on like a pedal or something, unless it's a single knob phaser, which surprisingly knocked that out quick.
Oh, it's horrible. Where you said you have that decision. How long do I make the video, right? And it's nothing worse than you make a 4-minute video and people watch like 30% of it.
Yeah, why'd you click on it for a minute?
Well, do you guys know how long people watch the video for?
Oh yeah, yeah. You get all the info,
All the
average
analytics.
watch time on the videos, and you see peaks and valleys where. Oh yeah.
And it's like on all of my videos, when they click on my video, it's like they leave almost immediately. It's like, okay, did you not know where you were going? What?
Well, that could be a sign there.
Well, you know what? I think part of that is, Charles, if you're on the desktop interface, if you move your cursor over top, it auto plays videos so often.
Yeah.
I think that's what does it as well. Well, because even then I got videos that 1,000, 2,000 views, average watch at 28%. Why? Why?
Well,
People are previewing stuff.
What's that?
People just preview stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like you do everything you can to make a video interesting and attractive. And like you only watch that much.
Yeah.
Ronnie asks, since everyone's here, does anyone have any experience with the SSL 12 interface? My interface took a dump and I'm shopping for a new one. I have no idea. I don't know about interfaces. Chat, help us out. Help Ronnie out.
I think I might be able to help you out.
All right.
I just got it not that long ago. The Universal Audio Volt. It's like their budget series, but it's amazing. It's a really good interface, and it's not that expensive.
There we go.
And you get a bunch of plugins with it if that's what you're into.
Yeah, it all kind of boils down to how many mic pre's you need. If you can get away with 2 mic pre's, you have a shitload of options.
Yeah.
UA, Focusrite is alright, but I think you can get some better sounding stuff for basically the same kind of money. There's Apogee, there's UA, Audient, like the ID44, still a bitchin' little interface, and you get access to plugins when you buy new.
Okay, the SS12 has 4 mic pre's. Gotcha. You need 4 mic pre's? I don't know.
Yeah, and
all I would think is you just need an interface that's just 2 input for stereo, and then you just get a mixer board and then truncate it in, and then you just go out your mixer board, your master left and right. Then you have as many channels as you want.
If you need more than 2 mic pre's, get a mixer, route it in, and
get a cheap Mackie mixer. They work right.
That's what I'm about to do.
Uh-huh.
Are you thinking a USB mixer?
I'm not sure yet. I just started looking at them.
Gotcha. He says I don't need 4th and won't put in the future. Yeah, because I kind of like it. I'm just looking. I got 24 channel with a 2 mains and 4 sub outs, 4 aux outs or sub outs on the board over here. Back in the day, excess band stuff.
How come they don't?
Because we need a 24 channel mixer.
How come they don't make 8-bus mixers anymore?
Yeah, but these days,
I don't know.
like these days, you want to be able to take that mixer. Like, I did a lot of I wound up buying for like to plug my microphone in and for you to hear my guitar. I bought a little Yamaha cheapy mixer that'll let me do a whole whack of shit for cheap. But ultimately, I want to record drums. I need, wow. Ideally, for me, recording drums, and I've done this for years, quite a few years, not professionally by any means, this is a hobby, but a dozen. To get a 6 or 7 piece kit, overheads, and whatever. You're pretty much looking at a dozen. And I kind of flip back and forth through the years. Like, what am I going to do? Buy a USB mixer, like with a built-in audio interface, for like $1,000. But like in my particular situation, where in the hell am I going to put it?
This is true too, right?
And my little setup now is like 6 inches by 8 inches by a couple inches thick.
Like Chris, like, you want options on a mixer? Go digital. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, but to get to the digital, you got to have some kind of interface. You can have 100-channel digital mixer, but you still got to be able to get to it.
The analog still has a sound to it that's can't be produced on the digitals.
There are lots of mixers out there now. Yamaha would be my first.
I've been using Yamaha mixers
for a mixer like that, USB.
All my sound production stuff, I used Yamaha mixers back in the day because they were affordable and they worked.
Yep. Yeah. And generally, they don't make shit.
Yeah, Yamaha mixers and PV power amps. That was my thing. Feel what? Can you add a little reverb on my vocals? Sure. There's no reverb in my board. My board had 0 effects.
Done. How's that? Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I have not ventured into the whole mixing board thing at all. I
don't.
My whole idea is the fewer knobs, the better.
Don't.
I have a whole slew, guys.
Well, that's if you want to record live,
right?
And like for me, like I want to capture. I have shitloads of tapes that I just got a couple of months ago. Have not listened to anything yet.
Live, you really don't need no more than 32 channels when you go live.
Oh, for recording live, all I want to do is drums.
Well, it's the drums that take up
and now they'll do the rest. I can do the rest here.
Yeah.
I can't do drums. I mean, like, I have addictive drums too. I could use Super Drummer 3, whatever. It's not the same.
Yeah, so when we mic'd up our drums, I mean, it took up a good 20 channels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Easy.
And that's where you have a separate board for the drums, and then you mix that down to a left and right, and it takes 2 channels in the main board.
You mix that down to stereo, and from there on, Bob's your uncle. You can
have like a sub mixer for the drums.
And I had a shitload of gates for it too. I mean,
I never had a problem daisy chaining mixing boards.
Yeah.
What's up, Mark?
It's easy peasy.
Well, on that note, we should probably call it a night. Gone over 2 hours. Charles is going to start getting angry messages from his family. It's like, you already had a show today. Why aren't you feeding us?
My wife told me the other day that she's a YouTube widow.
I love it. Love it.
Well, Tom wanted us to go long tonight, so I thought, and Tom's been quite active in the chat, so we go long tonight for Tom.
Tom's a good man. I like him.
Yeah, he is.
Tom just got to take care of himself. You can't keep having these issues. And glad to see you're back.
Say, hope things are better, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, on that note, I don't know. What do we got? Yeah, I got Epiphone demos coming out. Oh, that Firebird. Oh. I really want to play Gibson Firebird now because that Epiphone played so nice.
Mhm.
Like, and I'm like, how much better could it be?
But
like,
how
how
awkward is it to play it?
So do they have one there?
It wasn't bad because I'm used to the
Just like
Explorer
this.
being all out here now. So picking up a Firebird was piece cake.
Yeah.
Do they have one there though?
Yeah, I played the Epiphone Firebird, dual mini humbucker.
Epiphone. I'm talking about a Gibson. Do they have a Gibson there?
Yeah, they don't have a Gibson one there, so I'd like to try one. Find
I've
one.
been on a search for Firebird for so long.
I don't think Gibson's currently making a Firebird.
Well,
Other
they're
than
like
custom-
$10,000.
I'd
okay?
like to
other than
buy a
custom-
Firebird bass. Just saying.
Oh,
Mhm.
Thunderbird.
Fire bass. Yeah,
I don't wanna do
one of
bass.
them.
I don't want to do it.
Thunderbird
bass.
basses are badass.
They are.
That into an SVT is like the best bass sound ever.
What was the other one? We got a Firebird and the Prophecy series Extra body.
Well, that
Fucking
sounds
Trev's
like-
Explorer.
Mhm.
So there's that. And then tomorrow night we got Canucks with Guitars with Terry, who should be awake, and Trev will be apparently surviving the whiskey weekend, which is 5 days.
Oh, see with John?
Yeah.
John will be asleep during the show tomorrow, I'm sure. After calling in sick to work, I'm sure.
I told him to crank his Marshall over at John's house and see how far you can hear it in the woods over there.
Exactly.
Oh, he's been there, done that. You know it.
I'll look for an Explorer bird. I will definitely look for that gem. And if you guys have any ideas of guitars you want demo from Lon McQuaid, check out their website and hit me up. Let me know. I'll look. If they got it in stock, I'll do it.
How
And then
about some of the Mustaine stuff?
Haven't seen any in stock. Although they do have the Les Paul and V equivalents to Trev's Explorer-shaped object. So I could do the trifecta of the Prophesize.
There you go. That plan is born.
Thought the pickup sounded like ass. Sorry, Trev. No. On that note, so Charles is still Charles, co-host of Guitar Safari Sundays at 11 a.m. Central.
Check it out.
Check it out. We got William Bologna, newly retired, full-time member of the YouTube community. So his wife is a YouTube widow, yes.
Yeah, retired, you bastard.
We got Hip Metalwork, who's always around.
Thanks, I
even when
appreciate
he
it.
isn't.
Yeah, working
And,
slob for an
course,
eternity.
Our good friend Bo, who's here to melt Charles's face on occasion and drop wisdom when needed to, give us all more knowledge in life. It's always a fun show, guys. And thanks everybody that tuned in tonight in the chat. We had, quite the crowd tonight. And extra thanks to anybody that donated, helps keep lights on and guitar strings on guitars and stuff like that. And we'll be back tomorrow night. And if you're new and you're still watching, subscribe. Just do it. Just do it.
Do it. That's it. Subscribe.
Rock on.
What are we gonna play for an outro meeting? I don't know. Here.
Hey, thanks,
Outro.
everybody.
Here's folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, be good with each other. Hold doors open.
Cool.
Charles 75 ends real. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Don't let her.
Let me in.